what is that? Hello, friends! Welcome to Catskill Animal Sanctuary. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am Andrea. I'm here with my good friends Lauren and Cameron.
Hello.
As usual. And we are here with a very special guest today. We are here with our dear friend Nodira. Hi,
Yay!
Nodira is part of our humane education team. Some of you might recognize Nodira from maybe if you've come up on a Sunday recently. She's here on a lot of Sundays giving awesome educational tours, and we just love having her as part of our team. And the reason Nodira is here on Sundays is because she also keeps very busy, not just giving amazing tours here with us, but doing a lot of other super cool things. And we are here not just with special human today, but we're here with special animal friends as well, of course. So we are happy to report we are here with our newest arrivals and goat friend. Oh, hi, Mama. Hi. So we are back here with Sadie and Autumn and all the twin boys. And I'm sure you remember the last time we were with them, we had quarantine gear everywhere. We had gloves and suits and the whole thing, and we are happy to report that they are now no longer in quarantine and we can actually say hi today. So we are enjoying some kisses and nibbles. We taste like vegan pizza from lunch, so that helps. And they're very, very soft, and it's Nodira's first time meeting all these sweet babies, and really only my second time in here with them, so it's a pretty special day for us here. So tell us in the chat, please, where you're joining from. We love to hear. And let us know what's up in your neck of the woods. It's snowy here. It looks like December. So
Not for long though. You can probably hear the dripping off the roof of everything melting.
Yeah, that's true. So well, as soon as the sun comes out, it's really starting to melt. But so we are here with having lots of special visits today, and we asked. Well, anyway, let's start with Nodira here. We told you the story about our sweet goats here, and how we partnered with Farm Sanctuary, our friends there, to give them a forever home here with us. And so we are very, very happy. And you can tell from a couple weeks ago when we met them, they're getting very, much more outgoing. Even the mamas, last time they didn't want to be near us at all. And that's really a credit to our animal care team, because they're spending a lot of time giving them love and teaching them that humans are good. And it's really so nice to see them moms. They're still like a little shy, but before we couldn't go near them and give them pets and stuff. So this is a big moment for us. So I think they're gonna be okay. They're gonna learn that we are good for scratches and maybe the occasional treat. And we taste like pizza. Not all bad. How silly. So I'm gonna stop talking. That's my introduction, but I would love, Nodira is one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life, and she does so many cool things to be a world changer. So Nodira, do you want to tell us a little bit about you, just in general?
No offense, Nodira, but I'm gonna pan over to poor beleaguered mother over here as Sadie's little babies want to have a quick little nurse.
Oh, look at the tail!
And the little tail wags. And she's like, okay, you're done now. Alright, it's done now.
Back to the hay now.
Okay.
Thanks so much for such an amazing introduction, Andrea, and the feeling is mutual. I think Andrea is like one of the coolest people I've ever met.
Not nearly
An extremely generous soul. And whoever knows me, I don't know, not most people don't, but they know that I don't compliment people. I really, if it doesn't come from my heart. Anyway, just shortly about me. I was born and raised in Uzbekistan, and I moved to the States 18 years ago. I had an interesting journey in terms of my professional career. I've done many things, and at one point I was working as a full-time dancer and yoga teacher. It's been about 5 years in New York City, and it came to the point where it was really crazy. I was burning out, and I decided to leave the country, to travel around the world and kind of like discover my life's mission. And throughout my journey, I was traveling to different countries. I've noticed that what bothered me the most is the suffering of the animals. And it's been the constant theme of my life. But when you travel, you have a lot of time to reflect and to notice and to be more present for your feelings. And that led me to reading more and more about our treatment of animals. So I read this book, Eating Animals, by Jonathan Safran Foer.
And as Nodira said that, I laughed only because Avi decided to eat her hair right on cue.
It was actually a nice, cool, like,
eating Nodira? What? Now he's eating her coat.
That's okay. Eat away. So yes, I read this book, and I remember that I finished reading that book on my flight to Spain. It was from Portugal, and I closed the book on the plane, and I said to myself, that's it, I'm vegetarian. And then within a month, actually, I started researching more, and I went vegan, never to look back again. So right now, I'm working at the United Nations. I also teach yoga, I teach dance, and I work here at the Catskill Animal Sanctuary, my favorite place on earth. And it's such a privilege to be here, to work with absolutely amazing people who are dedicating their time, their energy to care for these sweetest creatures that are around us. So it's definitely the highlight of my week during the season when I'm here sharing their stories, spending time, and hopefully inspiring people to eventually make kinder choices. So that's in a nutshell.
He's trying to eat all of it. The scarf, the
That's
zipper,
okay.
the hood, the coat, your hair,
This
your
is
fingers.
good, the whole clothing is vegan, so it's fine. Eat away.
So we are obviously very lucky to have Nodira on our team, and if you can't tell, she's very busy. So we are very lucky to have her when we can have her up here to visit. And we're very, very grateful for all the work she does in all of these awesome areas. The other thing that's super cool about Nodira, and we wanted to talk about this week, Tuesday was International Women's Day, and that is of particular interest to my dear friend Nodira here. Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you're so interested in it, just in general, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually, as I mentioned, I'm from Uzbekistan, and it's a big holiday in Uzbekistan. So growing up, we celebrated International Women's Day.
Oh.
It's on March 8th. It's when women get flowers and all wonderful attention from the opposite gender. So, but to me, it's also a time to reflect on things like gender equality. You know, I come from a place where we still have a long way to go when it comes to equal treatment of women, and that's another passion of mine. I dedicate also some time to educate myself, on gender equality around the world. It's also one of the values that the United Nations is promoting. And I've discovered that, yes, we've come a long way in this issue, but still, there's so much room to improve. And one of the ways to do it is to provide education to girls and women. Education is a huge thing, something that we actually also work at the United Nations on a big part of what we do there. And in my personal life, you know, it's part of what I do, even through teaching dance, because belly dance is a very feminine art form, and a lot of my fellow dancers, my students, they say how the dance has empowered them to be proud of who they are, to honor their body, not to try to conform to whatever standards are being promoted right now. And that ties to also, you know, just in general, reproductive system of women, right? So we definitely touch upon the subject when we share the stories of these guys, how unfortunately when it comes to certain industries, reproductive systems of chickens, of course, egg-laying hens, mother cows, dairy cows are exploited just because they're biologically female. So I think there are so many parallels between gender equality, women empowerment, and animal exploitation in this case. Yeah.
Just like our mamas, just like your mama, huh? If we hadn't taken you in, right? Or our friends at farm and rescued you, right? They sadly would have had their, these little guys would have been taken away from their mamas.
Absolutely. And you know, it's something that I don't think many people know, including myself. It took me so many years to actually dig a little deeper into, you know, what comes, what goes into the sort of, you know, production of eggs or dairy. Most of us never think about it. With, you know, animal flesh, meat, it's more obvious. But yes, when it comes to dairy and eggs, it's less obvious, even though, you know, arguably speaking, it could be even more cruel, because the end is the same, but the life of an egg-laying hen or a dairy cow is a little bit longer, but, you know, definitely more miserable in many ways. And not just, of course, we're not talking only about, you know, cows that we use in dairy industry. We're talking about all mother animals, like, you know, these goats. So these babies are now staying with their mom, and they're fortunate because most of them right now would be separated from their moms quite early, so the milk could be taken for sale, for human consumption, but these precious ones are super lucky, and they're gonna live out their lives with their moms, and they, you know, share a tight bond with their moms. We see it, and it's priceless. It's just hard to describe. Sometimes I have tears flowing from my eyes when I see that connection, and it stays for the rest of their lives. We have Jackie the goat with her two babies, Loretta and
Lonnie.
Yes, and see French.
No.
Lonnie and Loretta, of course. And we tell her story because it's so remarkable. When Jackie came to us, she was pregnant. She gave birth to twins. And of course, at the beginning, Mama was taking care of her babies. But right now, it's the other way around. You know, the girls are kind of keeping an eye on their mama, who's slowing down a little bit. And it's just, you know.
And we've seen that with other animals too. I have to mention my dear Christopher.
Oh, yeah.
That he was born here at the sanctuary, and so he lived here with his mom his whole life. And the same kind of thing as Mama got older, Mama Noel, as she got older, he looked after her. And he's a very good son.
And these ones, as soon as they got here, two things that I think struck all of us were just that
You're too close to the camera, bud.
Tell which twins went with which mama. You know, they immediately, that's how they hang out. And so even this is newish, but you know, they're very
What are you doing, dude?
Showing off my nice teethers, Lauren. Showing
Yes.
off my beautiful teeth.
unique ears.
His ears, yes. Yes.
And then the first, just like Nodira said, the first thing we noticed was as soon as they got here and our friends from Farm Sanctuary brought them here in their cool van.
We're all just jealous of that van. We keep
loved
talking
their
about that van.
We were like, wow. So they had they have a nice van, and they all came off the van, and they immediately, all these boys, went right to their mom and started nursing, and it was just the most beautiful thing that they'll be able to, you know, have that milk until they're fully weaned, and actually be able to have that experience with their mothers, which so few animals get to experience in these industries. So it was really beautiful. And the same thing with, you know, the calves in the opposite direction. We were so sad when they got here without their mother, and that we were not able to save their mother. They weren't willing to adopt her out to us. So while we're lucky to have the calves, we just are so sad that they're not with their mom. So the day that they all got here was both joyous when we were able to see these babies and have them rescued with their moms, and then it was also just very, very tragic when we met Milton and Anya and they came without their sweet mom. So it is very, very emotional, for sure. And then there's you. You were born at a sanctuary, at Farm Sanctuary, and you'll never know a bad day in your life, huh? Yeah. Where'd our moms go?
Moms went
Moms
inside.
are inside, of course they are, as we wanted to devote our attention to our moms today.
Of course. Moms are like, someone else is watching the babies for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Oh, yeah, they're like free babysitting.
Yeah, babysitting.
Women supporting women. Here we are, right? We are supporting the moms and giving them a little bit of a break.
Karen can sort of see Sadie in the background. Hi, Sadie.
It's snack time. They all found a little bit of hay or something in there. Oh, they're so sweet. It's distracting, actually. Like, I'm noticing I just stare at these goats, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing things. Between the goats and the sunshine and Nodira being here, easy to get lost in the moment. And that's okay. We're sure you're glad to see all these sweet babies as well.
And see Sully's little bum. Thanks, Sully. He's a cute bum.
Very cute. It's very small. There's nothing there.
It's such a small bum.
Oh, they still are very small.
Yeah, they got a lot of growing up to
Small
do.
little bones, and it's very, very sweet. Well, I didn't mean to, if I interrupted you, Nodira, is there anything else you wanted to tell us at all about just really anything? I don't know. You told us such a great story about how you came to veganism, and it's very cool that you came that way through traveling. I think traveling really opens up people's minds about other people and also animals.
Yes, absolutely. No, I just wanted, to also add that when I share stories, when I come here practically every Sunday, I get inspiration, not only from these guys, you see?
Oh, buddy!
Stop, you're so cute.
That's beyond
Oh,
snack
okay,
time.
bye.
It's probably snack time.
But also from our visitors. Our visitors are incredible. They share their own stories. Some of them are already vegan, and it's so interesting to hear their stories, how they came to be vegan. But most sort of fascinating to me is children. Vegan children. I had a girl, I just have to mention her, and she's just one of, quite a few who at a very young age already has so much awareness, so much compassion, and a very clear plan on how they're going to turn the world vegan. So this girl,
Did she leave you her resume?
I told her, you should come and work here. She said, oh, I would love to, but I think she was from Massachusetts, so it was a little bit far from her. But she said, at the end of the tour, she came over with her mother. She, throughout the tour, she was so knowledgeable about so many subjects. But she came, they thanked me, and when I learned that she was vegan, she's like, yeah, I volunteer at the sanctuary, whatever sanctuary is in Massachusetts, I don't remember the name, and I have a plan, I'm going to become a writer, and I'm not going to write directly about veganism. I'm going to write about different subjects, but sprinkle vegan message everywhere in a sneaky way. And then she shared a few more plans, and they were absolutely incredible. And I was like, okay, there is a hope. There is a hope as long as there are children like that. So I just want to say how much I'm really inspired by people who work here, by people who come to visit, but most importantly, by this guys. I mean, they just open your heart wide.
They really do.
There you are.
And I don't know when we're gonna reopen, but I just definitely encourage anyone and everyone, whomever I meet, to visit us in person, because this is the experience of a lifetime, to be in this close proximity to these beautiful animal friends and seeing them for who they are.
Augie's
Nodira's beautiful scarf.
It's okay.
No. If you come and visit, Augie will give you a haircut.
You need one, yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to having everybody
Hi,
meet
Reese.
these sweet babies and having Nodira back and the rest of our awesome humane education team, and being able to, they facilitate some really awesome experiences like these.
Yeah, this is the therapy of the best kind. I was telling Andrea that I was in New York, obviously in New York City for the winter, and I didn't have a chance to come visit. I was feeling it big time, there was COVID, and then you're stuck in a small apartment, and I was kind of a little depressed, and Andrea was like, okay, you need some animal time. Well, I think everybody needs some animal time, at least, let's say, at least once in 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
That's the minimum.
It's true. We do some work at home days sometimes, and even here, and once in a while I'm like, oh, I can tell it's been a week or whatever. It's good to just get back with them in person. So we're looking forward to welcoming you all back as soon as we possibly can, huh, babies? And that includes our awesome humane education team as well. We miss them a lot. We miss these humans.
Augie, stop it! The scarf is very tasty.
There we go.
Where'd the scarf go?
Did I take away your toy? I'm sorry.
No.
Look at the two boys over there, and they're taking their little nap.
Yeah, they're just hanging out over there. The other two boys.
Catch his son.
His ears.
He does have very good ears.
Yes,
Are your ears super long?
most precious ears. So
And
unique.
different from the other ones. Like
Yeah,
neither of their
they're
moms
all-
have ears
yeah.
like that. The other boys don't have ears
They're
like
just
that.
very unique and adorable.
They have their own orbit, kind of. Huh. Oh my gosh, they
And
are
with the
so
goats,
cute.
I just wanted to mention this, and I'm sure most people who are joining us are probably aware. I've heard that that's the usual group of dedicated animal lovers. But when it comes to these babies, we don't often think about goats as
Augie, no.
someone who would be used for, whatever reason. Usually people think of wool. But, unfortunately, these guys are also exploited in the dairy industry. Of course, you will see goat milk, cheese, etc. in the supermarket. So pretty much the process is the same as for the cows. They're taken away from their moms, and the milk is not given to them. The milk that was obviously intended for them by nature, it is sold to humans, and so the babies basically separated from their moms quite early in the process, usually within a day. So yeah, it's that reality, but the good thing, the inspiring thing is that we actually have the power to change it. And it's so easy nowadays. Go to the supermarket, 10, 15 plant-based milks. They're awesome. I always share with my visitors. My favorite is Oatly. I'm not sponsored by them. I just love
Unless
to
they
take.
want
she could
unless they want to sponsor us.
Yeah, by the way, Oatly, you owe me.
Did you talk about you and tell them how much we
I
love your
Oatly
ice
too,
cream?
actually.
Exactly. It's so easy. It's just like, yeah, literally, stretching your hand to the side versus to that side.
It's true.
But
And just
it
the
makes such a huge
cheese too,
difference.
like on the market now. We just had a whole bunch for lunch on our pizza even. Like, just awesome cheeses. Blue
Yeah.
cheese is super good. We just tried one from our friends at Treeline who generously donated for Carols with the Cows.
Woo, we love
And
Treeline.
that's
they make
a
goat cheese now.
alternative
Yep.
specifically.
And they're based out of Kingston, which is the next
Yeah,
town
woohoo!
south of here. So they're right in the area.
Love
Woo.
you, Treeline. Thank you. And yeah, so it's really cool. It's fun. It's fun to try all the neat products on the market. So let us know in the chat if you have any sort of goat milk, goat cheese alternatives that are your favorites. It's the best way we can help these babies. Is just to keep them out of those systems.
It's a delicious way to help them.
Does Lauren have a question?
I have a question. Well, also I have a 5-minute warning.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, as
I
the
know.
time
It
goes.
fast.
And I also think I'm gonna scooch the camera over to our little sleepy boys in the corner here. But
There's like
I
a spotlight
was
on them right
wondering.
now.
I know, look at these little butts
I can't with those ears.
and the butts.
Like their own
But my
planet.
question is if there's a specific way that if people wanted to help these particular little butts, and perhaps come and visit these little butts,
And maybe their faces too.
and maybe their faces, if it depends.
If
Yes,
they're willing.
I'm sure.
This
And I'm
is
gonna
the
scooch you in,
sanctuary
and we
life
can see their
after all. If
face.
they give us their butts, that's all we get.
Where's your butts?
But yes, Lauren is talking about sponsoring
Butts.
these sweet babies. Oh, look at Reese is now taking his turn in his
Oh, they're
weird
sweet.
hair and scarf. He's so sweet. Look at his little ears too, with these little weird, not weird, but like these perfect little like at the end, they're like little cups.
Hey, boys.
You gonna collect snacks with these?
Hi,
Sorry, I got
boys.
distracted again by the cuteness.
Look at them.
So Lauren is of course talking about our awesome sponsorship program. You can choose to sponsor any of the animals here at Castell Animal Sanctuary, but we do have special sponsorship packages now for the goat babies and their mamas. So you can sponsor a goat family. You can also choose to sponsor Milton and Anya as the twin calves. And if you sponsor one of them, that's awesome, and we love you for it, and we thank you in advance. But if you sponsor one of these family packages, we have some special gifts with it. So you'll get 2 plushies instead of just one. We're doing a couple of video calls. If you already sponsor any of our animals, you'll know the lovely Michelle Alvarez. She will give you a call with these awesome animals, a one-on-one call to say hi until we can get you here in person. They'll also be the very first ones to know when it's okay to come and have a one-on-one sponsor visit with them. So if you really want these little baby goats to nibble on your pizza fingers, then that is the best way to do it. You can have some one-on-one time with them. It's pretty special if you can't tell. Come on in, Wendy.
I just saw Wendy is over there watching us.
You're
Yes,
like half
but
our
we will not provide the pizza, Andrea.
No, you have
For
to
pizza
have your
fingers,
own
you have to
pizza fingers.
bring your own pizza.
I would love to give you a pizza. but-
Or if you want to bring pizza for us.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What do you think, goats? Do you like pizza? Do you like pizza? Does everyone else have pizza and you want pizza?
Pizza.
yeah.
And we will also
I
accept
do
animal
this.
flesh.
That's right. So, and you can ask, I bet some of our existing sponsors are watching. We have lovely sponsors of multiple animals. We love having you here, and it's super fun to have that one-on-one time with you as well. So, we would love to welcome you to our sponsorship family. And here we have Wendy.
Wendy's
You
here.
probably recognize from a previous episode.
There's Wendy.
Hi, Trudy and Miracle. Also, Wendy gives amazing educational tours and just came back from one. And she now also needs pizza. So we are all hanging out, but now Wendy hasn't been able to hang out with these babies.
Oh, good
either
morning.
Yet, so we are happy to have most
Good
of the humane
morning.
education team here. We miss you, Luca and Anna. Don't worry, we miss you. And but almost the whole family's here, so we are really happy to have our human family back together and be able to keep these goat families all together for the rest of their lives. It's so beautiful.
Yay.
So we would love to have you as part of our sponsor family. It's super fun. You get photos, you get updates, you get emails from them, you get a sponsorship certificate that's really cute. You can frame it.
Okay, we let him
I got
sleep.
mine in a frame.
We let him sleep.
And
You
you
go
get
see the
one-on-one
awake
time
goats.
with them, which is super special, as you can tell. So we would love to welcome you as sponsors as well. And again, that's not just for these goat families, but you can be a sponsor of any of our species. You can pick anyone that you're bonded to and be their sponsor.
And you can also do like sponsorship as a gift. If you want to sponsor an animal for somebody.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I don't know who's got, if you know someone who's got a birthday coming up or something, I don't know.
Or just really likes goats and their family.
Or just really likes goats. Or maybe you know someone named Sullivan. Or something. Right?
Well, we do like to play that game.
We do like to play the game of find
so
the animal
excited
with the
when
same
you come
name.
here and we're like, oh, you're human. I was going to say Bartleby. I have yet to.
I've not met a Bartleby.
Amelia. We have a lot of Amelia. Serial.
Amelia.
That's a terrible example.
Jacqueline.
I have not ever met a human Bartleby before. But if you exist, we are looking for you.
Yes.
We have a goat literally with your name on it. So we would love to have you sponsor Bartleby is on the hunt. Human Bartleby. Now it's like my mission.
Oh no.
But yeah, we like to play that game too. We will certainly introduce you to anyone who you share names with as well.
And find the animal who's the same age as you.
Yeah, I can't play that game.
Which, yeah,
I'm sadly too old to play.
Yeah,
that game.
it stopped. You can't play anymore at 35.
No, sir, you age out of it.
You age out of that game at 35.
Right out of the
That's
game.
the oldest non-human animal here. Some of the human animals are older.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't need
Quite
to
a
get
few
into
of
that.
us. Quite a few of us. So.
For me, it's Cricket. Me and Cricket are the same age.
I'm the
Love
same
that
age as
because you can
Buddy,
also, like, go
as
blonde
Buddy
with
3.
blue eyes, and it's so cute to me that you guys are the same. I love it. And you're both like a little sassy. I love it so much. Well, did I forget anything, friends? Cameron, Lauren?
I feel like that's the big stuff. I don't know. Did we forget about this over here? Did we forget about what's going on over here?
Oh gosh.
Have we forgotten about this?
I think we did forget about this. So I think this is where we should end.
I agree. Look at that face.
Perfect.
Hi, Sally.
Well, on that note, friends, truly our biggest thanks go to Nodira for coming in to hang out with
Thank
us
you,
today.
Nodira.
It was super special to have you on the virtual sanctuary, and we thank you all for watching so much. Make sure that you're following us on all the social things, please. And if you want to really help us out in a free way, a great way to do that is to send people to our YouTube links.
Yay!
So these are all available on YouTube after the fact. So please like, share, subscribe, whatever.
And
you
we
do on
have
YouTube.
so many videos on our YouTube page at this point because, yeah, we've been doing these virtual programs here for like 2 years now, plus whatever other videos we have.
It's like Baby Lauren.
There's some from
Don't watch some of the early ones had like, you know, like first season weirdness, you know, like on a TV show when it's like, oh, you can skip the first couple episodes until they figure out what they're doing.
The pilot.
But
Yeah,
there's
you can
also-
skip the
there's
pilot.
also some ancient Catskill Animal
Oh my
Sanctuary
gosh,
content from
yeah.
like 14 years ago. If
Yeah.
you want to see our humble beginnings.
Yes, you can go back and perhaps find Baby Dozer, the cow.
Oh my god.
Baby Cupid.
Baby Cupid, the goat.
Oh, that's so
There you go. That's everybody's homework for the week. Go on a scavenger hunt.
Yes, please.
All right. Have fun with your scavenger
We love
scavenger
you all.
hunt.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
watching.
so
Bye,
much.
everybody.
Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
Sally. Bye bye.